As we see, again, Ruins of Endian as our map here. Are you guys ready? You guys feeling it? Hope you are. This is a great match for us to catch. Didn't get to see any of TLO yesterday. Dropped down to the losers bracket very early on. Don't think Bunny even played yesterday. That's to the bottom right hand side. It's going to be our blue Terran player from Team Liquid. Let's hear it, guys. If you're cheering on Liquid Bunny. That's to the bottom left hand side. Our red Zerg player from Team Liquid as well, obviously, in this team kill. It is going to be TLO. Again, welcome all to the stream. Thank you so much for joining us already. Coming up to an hour into... We're barely even an hour into the stream, right? I mean, we started at... Did we start at 11 my time? Okay, maybe we're actually quite a lot longer in the stream than I thought. We're quite a lot longer into the stream than I thought, but... already hitting towards 1,000 viewers, which is fantastic. So hello everyone. We did actually peak over 1,000 viewers just before as well. TvZ, we're going to see Hatch first here. We're just going to be seeing Rax Gas opening for Bunny here. Nothing really too crazy at the start of Ruins of Endian. A map where you're probably expecting maybe even fast 3 CC build from Bunny. Or maybe a little bit of aggression and a few units out early to take down these rocks into a 3rd CC in position. Which is sort of like, in a way, it kind of like makes up for even putting the CC down later, because you don't have to fly it over, so you don't lose SCV production. So it's kind of a little bit interesting. I mean, it'll be slower on workers early on, but then you'll kind of have a couple more faster later if you can build it into the position safely, which is kind of what you will kind of be aiming for on this map. If you do expand later, if you expand off of like a double gas based opening, like off of some kind of aggression, maybe like a Widow Mine drop. I mean, aggression works great on this map too. Kind of this position here towards the 3rd base of TLO is going to be something TLO is really going to struggle to defend potentially, because when you take these rocks down, the Terran player, if he takes these rocks down, the Zerg is locked into his bases. Sounds great, right? Well, not if there's a tank on the low ground here and Marines just elevating up to the high ground and continually attacking into this 3rd base and attacking and attacking and attacking and attacking. So we'll see if that's something Bunny wants to aim to get done here, aim to achieve. He is going to go into the 2nd gas. His reactor on the way down after that refinery. He's actually going to add on a 2nd barracks as well. So Bunny, double racks already, looking for maybe just a very fast bio push in this game, more so than any kind of factory-based production. As you see, the first Reaper just going to be coming in, and as always, the kind of early Reaper harassment just going to be a test of TLO's kind of Zergling micro, and a test of his ability to keep drones alive as well, and to make spore crawlers and extractors before they get killed off. As we do see the Reaper just getting pushed away here. I think he killed off. Did he kill off a drone there? Yeah, he killed off a drone and 2 lings, so I saw the 2 lings going down. Just wasn't sure if that was a drone going down as well. 4 lings move across the map, though. Because it's a patch first, not a pool first, they're not going to get here in time to realistically kind of slow down the CC from building at all. As you see, that SCV is going to be chased, and those couple of lings are going to try and jump onto it. They're going to try and get it, and there we go. See it going down. Thank you very much, Taco Stuff, for your donation. I'll read out your message just after this game, buddy. Thank you very much. Can we get some STR hots in the chat, please, for Taco Stuff? And this up with... I can't see it. It looks like $5. It might be $6. I can't see. It's too small on my screen. Maybe I need to make the numbers bigger. I wonder if I can make the numbers bigger on the right-hand side. It seems really small. I need to fix that up a bit. It is $6. Thank you very much, dude. And I'll read out your message after this as we see these Marines and the Reaper just moving around, looking to see what's going on. A lot more lings coming across the map here from TLO to try and pressure in, and Bunny is not really prepared to fight against a whole bunch of lings unless he gets into that little bit of a choke point, which he does. Let's see if he's going to pull forwards as well to try and tank a little bit. Reaper goes up to the high ground, and, well, TLO getting some okay-ish damage done here, but at the same time, he's going to lose all of these Zerglings. So all these lings that he just made, okay, he kills a few SCVs, but it also costs him kind of a whole bunch of lings to get this done. 19 lings traded for 7 SCVs. Well, it's about worthwhile, I guess, overall, you know. As we're going to see, the combat shields is about halfway done for Bunny. No stim packs, so actually a very fast just combat shield timing attack here, potentially. Maybe even with kind of the medevac and the tank, tank inside the medevac as well. You see this Marine and a Reaper. I mean, whatever it is, it's going to be not kind of based on a ground attack, though, I guess, because you actually see Bunny is working on his rocks, unless he's going to get those low but not actually finish them off. As he continues to work his way against this, and a few lings just working their way through the rocks on the left-hand side, so trying to work his way through this. This is kind of, this is actually what Zerg wants to do. They don't actually usually want to close themselves in. They actually want to kind of open themselves up on the map. And especially on this, these rocks here are very important because they open up access to this upper 4th base, which is a much safer 4th base to take on this map because it's harder to push into for a Terran player than this 4th base is down here, which is very easy to push into through the south side. So that's why we're generally going to see Zerg players focus on trying to get those rocks down. I'm just looking to see something done from there. So we're going to see these Marines going to be, well, those Zerglings going to be moving forwards, and just going to see Marines getting surrounded. And some more Marines just going to be moving forwards and trying to trade against these Lings. So a couple of Lings going to start going down here. Ravager going to morph in as well. And I see Corrosive Bile just landing onto the rocks here as well. So another tank coming over, and I just really kind of looking to be aggressive here in the early stages, just on this Fed base, just slow these rocks from going down. I mean, if he stops these rocks from going down, he essentially stops the Zerg from moving in towards his 4th base at all. As the tank comes in, some Marines getting some good damage done. Ravager's taking a few shots as well now, and the Marines here. I mean, the combat shields helping these Marines really help just survive against this. Is again just pushing these units back, stopping them from moving forwards. As we're going to be seeing the Marines here just pulling back once again and just into tank fire as he continues to harass on this mineral line. And TLO taking a continuous amount of damage here as a couple more Corrosive Biles trying to break through these rocks, and he finally breaks through these rocks. He can finally maybe start really kind of attacking into this on the low ground as well. And he's going to be able to push forwards. Tank pulls away, and of course that tank and a medevac going to be very annoying as Bunny already starting to push through the south side now. He has not gone up into 3rd CC at all. He's gone up into 4th and 5th barracks, and he's looking to just keep up the pressure, keep on the attack. He's going to be moving through the south side and over towards the bottom left, and through these rocks over here as well. Roaches and Ravagers are going to move their way through this, as he's a couple of Roaches, couple of Ravagers just going to be chasing as well. And TLO just looking to see what he can do. These couple of medevacs are, you have to be a little bit careful. Don't want to get caught in Corrosive Biles. Not that they're likely to get caught in Corrosive Biles, but still got to be a little bit careful as we see these tanks probably want to siege up into the medevacs. As you see, Bunny just going to stim a few movements forwards. I mean, what a timing! What a good timing for Bunny, because his +1's just finished and his stim is very recently finished. It's this kind of timing where he's just got his, his first set of units ready to go. He's got a good amount of tanks as well to help himself out. However, these Marines are starting to look a little bit troubled as we see the tanks are currently focused on the Queen. The main base not really helping down here on the low ground. As we see, the tanks are going to have to lift up and just leave here. Bunny going to get turned away by TLO's army. TLO going to push these Marines back over to the right-hand side. As Bunny going to siege up another tank, going to drop one tank on the low ground as well. Stims in a few more units to try and keep on fighting. Nice pick up there, but loses one of the tanks on the north side of the screen. And so we do see him continue to be pushed back here, and TLO going to continue pushing. And of course, without a 3rd base for Bunny, this is very problematic for him. And he's not getting damage done with his 2-base play. If he doesn't get damage done with this, he will end up into a bit of a tough position. Roaches and Ravagers are going to try and work their way through these rocks here on the 4th base. So rocks going to be going down in the next couple of moments, and as those rocks fall, we'll see TLO just going to be, basically opening up access to kind of attack anything in this position. It just kind of gets rid of this choke point over here that Bunny could potentially use against TLO if TLO's trying to kind of attack into an army on the south side. A few Marines, a couple of tanks still over here. We're going to see a couple of Liberators coming in as well. Splitting up a little bit. There's a couple of tanks do load up, and Marines are going to start moving across the map. This Liberator from Bunny actually going to look to not necessarily come with the army, but look to kind of go the long way around and harass towards the 3rd base or so in the near future is. But I mean, Bunny still doesn't have a 3rd CC, right? He's still just on 2 bases. And he's taking down this Overlord on his 3rd just in case he wants to float a CC over towards it, but he's still just going strong on 2 bases right now. But is it going to be enough for him as he pushes across here? Again, last time around it didn't turn out too well. It just seems as though he had too few Marines more than anything else as he stims in with these, and well, takes a couple of creep tumors down, another scan, and we see another creep tumor about to fall here potentially towards the front. Tank's just moving a little bit further forwards, and it's going to be dropping into position on the ledge as well, so it's kind of a little bit harder for the Zerg to kind of close the distance on those tanks, although, I mean, obviously he has range units, so you can kind of get them down as well, but he's not able to save that one, as TLO's going to keep on moving forwards, and he's going to be able to get rid of a lot of these Marines. In fact, these Marines just keep on falling. This tank here getting lifted and pulling away once again, as well as more Marines stimming in. We are going to be seeing these Roaches and Ravagers going to just be continuing to fight. And well, Bunny, I mean, is running out of units, but TLO has to pull back for a moment, just sort of gather himself together before he attacks once more. But I think TLO has more than enough. He's about to actually take, well, +1 carapace and +1 armor, about to finish at the same time from both. +2 missiles very soon from, coming in from TLO, so he's about to have an upgrade lead as well as he pushes in. And I think there's just not enough here for Bunny. This tank going to go down the left side is not picked up in time once again. Bunny just with not the micro he needs basically to make this work out. Another tank goes down before he can pick it up, and TLO continues to defend, continues to push this away, and continues to put himself into a very good position here in game number 1 of this best of 3. Medevac's just joining up over to the right hand side. Big stain from these Marines. Roaches, Ravagers taking a lot of damage as Corrosive Biles, though, are going to do a little bit too much. And I mean, yeah, the stims do a lot, but there's just so many units for TLO. It's just going to be too much. I mean, TLO is on the 4th base. He's starting to saturate. There's 62 drones throughout this game for him. Against the 45 SCVs, but he's not moved off of this number for some time. He's beginning to oversaturate on his bases. He runs out of mineral patches and they get mined out. I'm just going to see these units moving forwards again. Just again, I mean, I mean, TLO is only on Roach Ravager, but he doesn't need to be on anything else right now. He's playing against a 2-base Terran who is never going to get to that extreme massive bio, which begins to really hard counter the Roach Ravager composition on its own. We even see, I mean, yeah, I see TLO is only on Roach Ravager, but he's also going in towards the Pathogen Glands now. The fungal growths are on the way up. You know, they're going to be, the Infestors are going to be ready to go here very soon as well. As we're going to see these rocks at the back going to get taken down also, I think. I mean, Bunny going to lift one of his bases and just heading towards the 4th base, which is, I mean, fair enough. He's mined out in the main, not really a lot to mine there anymore. Time to just take a new base and keep on trying, but TLO again is making all the right decisions, all the right movements to be able to, you know, to make this happen. A couple more Ravagers popping into play, and there's going to see a Liberator to the backside. Actually getting a few kills there, but not really enough to kind of start pulling Bunny back into this still. And there's TLO. I mean, he has to be careful when he fights into this, because there is a couple of tanks now. There's going to be a 3rd tank coming in. He's attacking into a defensive position rather than an aggressive position, which is what kind of, you know, the Bunny, you know, usually he's been in a defensive position of his own, instead of being aggressive. So when he's won the fights before, it's been because a lot of the time he's been the defender in these kind of better spots. This time around, he is going to be the attacker, so he has to be a little bit careful kind of attacking into the defensive Terran. It'll be a little bit harder to break. There's a couple of Ravagers going to start going down. One of them falls already. We're going to see these rocks going to fall as we see, you know, it's just splitting up, and going to look to kind of come in from a couple of different angles onto these Marines, Marauders, and well, just into this position in general. Corrosive Biles will look to get rid of those Liberators nice and quickly as we see Roaches and Ravagers coming in. Good concave, but I mean, he's sitting in Liberator fire here and tank fire too. And so, I mean, Bunny is getting a pretty good engagement overall. He's, you know, doing maybe a lot more than he should do. It's probably the best fight Bunny could have hoped for. TLO really just attacking into everything here, which just does so well. A few more Infested Terrors going to go down almost immediately. Bunny's actually going to clean out here. Again, TLO maybe not taking those Liberators seriously enough. I mean, he had enough Ravagers to Corrosive Bile the Liberators. He just didn't do it soon enough. As we're going to be seeing this group of units just pushing away. A couple more Roaches coming in, but they're going to be in a little bit of trouble now as well, as the Liberator going to pop off of a Roach. And I mean, TLO just keeps on building up. You know, he still hasn't had to go past 60 drones. He's obviously adding on a couple of Infestors here and there. He's just going to rebuild. He's got the economy to rebuild, so even though that wasn't maybe the best trade for him, he's had more economy than Bunny. He denied that 3rd base before the Corrosive Biles helping to take that down previously. And by taking that down, Bunny's denied once again to just 2 bases, or, I mean, 1 base right now. He's going to move this base over, I imagine, shortly. As we're going to see the Corrosive Biles this time will land onto the Liberator nice and quickly here. And now there's only 1 tank left. Another one coming out, but not sieged up just yet. Liberator trying to siege up once again. A few more Fungals and another couple of Corrosive Biles. He'll just take out the rest of this here. GG, and Bunny will tap out from game number 1. Game number 2. So, to the bottom left-hand side of the map from Team Liquid. 2-base attack not quite working out there in game number 1. Dusk Tower is going to allow him to play a much different kind of playstyle here. In our second game is going to be our Blue Terran player from Team Liquid. It is Bunny. Towards the upper right, it's going to be our Red Zerg from Team Liquid as well. In this team kill, let's see if you're cheering on TLO. How's everyone doing in the chat? Welcome to the stream once again. If you're just joining us, you're watching the HomeStory Cup European Qualifier number 2. Then we'll be going into this next game. This is the third round. I'm not sure exactly. I'll just tab out and just check very quickly. This is the round of 16 of the winners bracket. Actually moving through the winners bracket very quickly today. So this is the round of 16 the winners bracket. A little bit already in the round of 8 the winner bracket, as is Nurtio. Nurtio and Mana potentially going to connect in the round of 8. Lilbo going through Bandit actually going to connect in the round of 8 as well, as going through Bandit takes down E-Laser. So a few matches we can go into in the round of 8 potentially to follow up with. But we're not worrying about that just now. For now, we're focusing on this round of 16 match right at the bottom side of the bracket, TLO and Bunny. As we see an Extractor coming down from TLO. Hatch gas pull from him. Hatching on the low ground, so his creep starts to push out onto the map nice and early in this game. Starts pushing out and just moving into kind of a nice solid position for him in the very early stages. Let's see if you're going to drop down a depot. And yeah, just a Reaper expand from Bunny once again. Again, we'll have a look to see, I mean, does he change Europe? We've seen one of the builds that's come back into popularity lately has been a very fast 3cc build with kind of just a single gas. And it's not going to be that here. He's going to take the second gas. And if you go for that 3cc build, you're generally looking towards Hellions. Although that being said, is he going to go... Okay, that was a little bit weird. Pulls his SCV over there and then pulls it back. He's going to go second Rax as well. Okay, interesting. So this is actually maybe the build we saw a little bit from UFilmer yesterday, which is a very fast stim timing on the way in the very near future. As we have the Ripper just going to start and try and trade against a drone or two early on. No grenade going to come down, and we're just going to pick off his first Zergling, so we're just trading with Lings here early on and just going to back away now as TLO just going to chase it back. So Bunny kind of sees the kind of natural hatchery and is just going to get away before that Queen can get another shot off. So Bunny keeping his Ripper alive here in the very early stages of this game. Reactor is about to finish. We're going to see a Tech Lab will be starting in a moment for Bunny as well. Starport also starts up for Bunny. So Starport on the way. Factory is starting a Widow Mine. And this is going to be, again, that fast kind of... the fast sort of stim timing. That's sort of what this kind of just leads into. And we're going to see that Tech Lab on the way down. As we see... Well... Zergling speed starting up. And the Zergling speed finishes. We're going to see a couple of drones on the way as well. So a couple of drones on the way out and Overlord 2 all coming out here. A few Zerglings just going to be moving out on the map. And again, a fast stim from Bunny, so looking for a very fast aggressive drop in this game. And that's going to lead him into a position where he's, you know, he's looking to do damage against TLO, and it's one of them things, if TLO is very well prepared for it, well, then Bunny's forced a lot of units, you know, he's forced a lot of units and he's got potential to still do damage with the drops and catching, you know, catching his opponent a little bit off guard. On the other side of things, if TLO is underprepared, then there's a build which will just straight up kill him. We saw that yesterday when UFilmer played E-Laser in the final match of the day. It was a pretty one-sided affair when UFilmer dropped his Marines, stimmed in, and killed about 6 or 7 Overlords at the front of E-Laser's base, and E-Laser was just supply blocked with kind of 10 Zerglings on the map, and he just had to GG out. Like, there was absolutely no hope for him. He had absolutely no way in even pretending to begin to believe that he's going to defend against it. As you see, these Zerglings just, again, moving around from TLO, just looking to see what he can get up to and where he can get up to it. As these Lings is going to, again, look to kind of defend this his Widow Mine drop, which is coming in. There's a couple of Widow Mines. As you see, the Medivac is going to start being reacted out now. Going to line up nicely with the Stim Pack. They can boost across the map, of course, so they can catch up with the main army that's already sort of moving out. There's actually already kind of a single Medivac over there. There's a couple of Widow Mines. The Medivac are not going to be dropping off just yet. Actually, Bunny with a fifth CC on the way up too. 3 more racks. Actually, Bunny might just kind of try and, you know, go with these 2 Medivacs at the front. Might not try and drop, might just push the front altogether. Let's see if TLO is prepared at all, because right now it only looks as though he has Zerglings. As we see him going to run in. Stim not ready just yet. There's other Medivac going to boost in, and when he's going to start coming in to start healing now, but a little bit late. And TLO taking kind of, you know, jumping the gun a little bit, and Bunny taking advantage because of that. So, God damn it. TLO jumping the gun, and Bunny is just going to be caught a little bit off guard without Stim ready. Can't trade as well as he would have liked to there, so doesn't get much done. And starts up combat shields immediately. Still missing his engineering base. They're starting to be added on now. That is going to give TLO a good amount of time where he's going to have 1-1 and his opponent is not. So TLO looking to have the upgrade lead, looking to be the player who's trading a little bit more efficiently throughout the early stages of the game whenever he has those those kind of upgrade windows or upgrade advantages, kind of them timing windows opening for himself. So that's nice. I mean, whenever you're on an upgrade lead is always a good thing, especially in TvZ or ZVT, when the Zerg player is generally expecting to be behind on the upgrades. Always nice if you can get a little bit ahead and just trade a little bit better than you usually would during the game. I mean, obviously it all depends on the builds, and Bunny opting for kind of a more aggressive build here in this game. And by opting for a more aggressive build, he's obviously kind of hoping for to get damage done, to make up for the fact that his upgrades are going to be a little bit later than TLOs. It's like if if his Zerg player opens up with a fast Lair and a fast Spire, he's not necessarily going to be, he's not going to have as fast an upgrade as a Terran player, but he's hoping that the fast Mutalisks will make up for the kind of, later upgrades which he's going into. His medevac's going to be turned away. And, yeah, Bunny just going to be taking down an Overlord here. There's a few more Zerglings just trying to trade away. The Zerglings just going to be moving on in towards the third base as we look to try and delay and deny. We're seeing the SCVO2 going down, and actually Mule going down as well. A little bit of damage being done by this run by of TLO. There's mostly a couple of Banes off to the side, and is he really trying to pull those units into this? If he just ran away from the Zerglings there, but he may not have seen those Banelings morphing in, but now he should have, and he's going to distract over here. A lot more links coming in, I guess, because TLO actually just wanted to take a big fight. He's going to run the Banelings into the mineral line. Bunny's going to take a good chunk of worker losses there, but it costs TLO a lot of Zerglings to keep his opponent distracted. As these Zerglings just going to be moving out. We're going to see what's going on. Marines and Marauders is going to be moving out onto the middle of the map, and there's going to be a few medevacs loading up here with units. It's only going to go for a big drop towards TLO's side, as we're going to see the couple of medevacs over to the right as well, just going to be kind of moving around, looking to see what's going on, looking to see what's happening. Not going to get anything done with this drop. TLO's map vision is very good, so he's already positioning his units to get ready to deal with this big full medevac drop. Bunny comes in and kind of flies through, sees the units sort of here, and isn't going to drop just yet. Going to start dropping Marine. Poor Marine. He just gets unloaded to test the waters as this drop over here gets taken down. TLO's got into some corruptors here as well, as Bunny just not finding a way to realistically trade with these medevacs in any kind of way, shape, or form. These medevacs going to get turned away to the top side. They're going to have to back off right now as another corruptor coming in. TLO looking to chase that. Some Lings and Banes just coming in towards the main base as well, just joining up together as some more things coming towards the bottom left hand side. A few Marines over here and a few Widowmines going to be able to burrow if they'd like to try and help defend. As these few Banelings start to come in, they'll clear down a couple of Widowmines and a Marine or two with him. I mean, a nice little trade there from TLO, nothing too major. I still feel as though that first trade where TLO kind of ran in with so many Lings, hit a few Banes in the mineral lines, but he lost so many Zerglings there. He's kind of been, in a way, kind of been playing a little bit catch up since then. As we see the Marines and Warriors just moving forwards. Big drop to the right hand side as well, still kind of moving around as well. And Bunny just kind of throughout this game, looking towards the mobility of the medevacs to kind of move his bio around and to keep kind of TLO split apart and focusing on different locations. Eventually, though, Bunny going to have to go late game, and he is preparing for this now. He's already got his second starport, his Liberated Production's begun, his Ghost Academy is down, Fusion Core is building. He's ready for the late game. He's not ready for the late game, but he's preparing to go into late game. As you see, I mean, obviously, TLO's doing the same. Hive just finishing, he's already got some Corruptors, he's got some Infestors on the way out. He's got Greater Spire building and an Ultras Cavern, just so he has the choice of late game tech. As we see these few Marines and Roses pulling away. Similar way here as these Liberators will be able to see Drip and maybe grab an Infestor kill or two. They should prioritize the Infestors over any of these kind of Lings or Banelings, so Infestors would have to be a little bit careful with them Liberators besieged. And Bunny just set up into a defensive setup to hold his fourth base. He knows that realistically, apart from with drops, he can't really be too aggressive any longer on the map. So he's not going to be able to kind of be too further aggressive, aggressive any further on the map until he kind of is set up in towards the kind of his his real kind of late game with more liberators, more ghosts, and so on. We've seen TLO going for the Neural Parasite. You know what I'd love to see? I'd love to see a Neural Parasite on Liberators, and then the kind of Liberators just try and shooting all the Terraniers. Wouldn't that be amazing? That'd be incredible. That'd be really funny, actually. A Neural Parasite's the Liberators, and all of a sudden the Liberators are shooting all the ghosts. That'd be so funny. These Marines and Marauders coming across here. Another scan, gonna pick off a couple of Marines. So a couple of Marines, it's a couple of Burrowed Zerglings, sorry. So a couple of Burrowed Zerglings do go down. Lingers, Banes, and Infestors just sitting around in the center of the map, looking to see what they can get up to. TLO is still kind of rolling with the upgrade lead. Look at that, his 3-3 is over halfway done. Bunny has only just started his next weapons upgrade. See Ghosts being added on. And again, I mean, Bunny's setting up well into his late game, but TLO is so prepared as well. He's got like so many Infestors. He's got so many Corruptors ready to go as well. As you're going to see him starting with forwards here. A couple of snipes trying to come down. Second snipe actually gets cancelled there by the damage being dealt. You're going to see that turret going down at the front as well. And Bruce is starting to lay up a siege. And what's he going to do? Neural Parasite to liberate it. But he does it in the range of a liberation zone. So I like the idea. As you're going to see the Infestors going forward. He's going to Neural Parasite these liberators. And well, it's working momentarily, but not really for long enough because he's just getting, he's standing in Liberator range while he does this, and so he loses the Infestors very soon after the Neural Parasites. They don't really achieve very much at all. As you see, these Brutals being pushed back. Bunny taking a very good fight here, but TLO has some Burrowed Banelings, and Bunny's going to roll right over the top of them. But they don't quite finish him off. A lot of the Marines just getting hit by one single Bane, so it wasn't enough to actually kill off a lot of those there. Bunny dropping towards the 4th base at the same time. He's getting damaged over here as well, and Bunny taking a pretty big lead here. Sort of this game, as we're going to see these Marines stimming forwards. We're going to see this 4th base starting to be targeted down. So 4th base is starting to fall, and well, halfway down in health already. You see a few more Zerglings starting to run on in. So these Marines just going to go and hide between the minerals and the gas here, and just try and just be as effective as possible. As we see a couple of ghosts continue to be added on here. Some Widowmine is going to sit beneath the Liberators as the 5th base is just going to be scanned to clear the lane, and that 5th base will drop down now as well. +2 ship weapons about to finish for Bunny, so as +2 ship weapons finishes, we'll see him just heading towards a position where he's continuing to set up into his own late game. Again, I mean, that's kind of been the plan for the last few minutes from Bunny. A few drops here, a few drops there, just to kind of buy time and just to keep kind of TLO distracted. But, while he keeps TLO distracted, Bunny has been always, just kind of builds up into that late game. Again, he's not immediately ready to go into Mass Liberator and so on, but now, now he is. Let's see, Ultraless drop harass. Well, TLO, creative as ever. Go drop some Lings, drop an Ultra, see what he can get done as he moves in towards the main base of Bunny in the next couple of moments. So moving over to that left-hand side here. It's going to be seeing these units dropping on in. It's going to be seeing a little bit of damage being done, and Bunny obviously going to have to respond to this. At the same time, TLO tries to push forwards, but he loses an Ultralisk. So TLO loses an Ultra. Another few snipes going to come down, actually taking down one more Ultra there, and that one will go down too. Nice scan to keep the vision. His drop in the main base, though, is still getting a little bit done. He's actually going to back away and try and pick up the Ultralisk and a few of those Marines. So he actually gets out with quite a lot of those Zerglings. So TLO, nice little harassment, and actually forces Bunny to kind of send quite a few units to go and try and deal with that. As you see, the he's just coming over towards the left-hand side. A few Liberators going to be sieging up here as well. Another Liberator just going to... I mean, the Liberator lines is just kind of so big here. It's going to be very, very difficult for our Terran player to... well, just kind of... for our Zerg player to sort of break the position. Sorry, guys. I'm not casting very well this game. +3 ship weapons starts for Bunny, so continuing to invest into further upgrades for the Liberators. as we do see that'll help out a lot when it comes to fighting against these corruptors. TLO going for the Carapace upgrades to try and help defend against this as well. And a few more Brutal just moving in. Again, just he's got everything he needs in the late game tech apart from maybe Vipers, and Vipers could be kind of a real way to help out. I mean, you kind of parasitic bomb, or you abduct kind of 1 or 2 Liberators forwards, help them siege. So much potential. As we see the well, I mean, a few of the lings going up to those top side. We see a drop coming on towards the bottom right. When you're going to lose that medevac over here, it's pretty much straight away. A few units still left down this bottom right hand side as Lings and Bane's going to get scanned. Bunny finds those immediately. He saw them running up there with his sensor tower, so that's why he's able to scan. A couple of snipes on Banelings, I mean, why not? I mean, if you can waste a little bit of energy, well, not waste, but if you can use some energy to get rid of a couple of Banes, you may as well. I mean, energy comes back, and he's got more than enough ghosts to kind of invest into that realistically without kind of being, without overcommitting to it, you know? You're going to see a another Ultra dropping down here, some more Lings into the main. Brutal's here to siege the main base as well. So TLO making a move towards this main base. Liberator's going to start coming in here though. Can they fight against these this amount of Corruptors? Well, TLO, very good control so far. Actually splitting his Corruptors up, but now they're going to be a little bit more stacked as more Liberators coming in as well. He splits up once again, but Liberators have already done just so much here. And so then Corruptor's going to go down. This Ultra though having the time of his life in this main base. Look at this, he's doing so much at the same time. TLO converging onto the 4th. He's going to start moving forwards into this. Broodlords and all sorts. A few Lings towards this side as well. Bunny with a few units over here, but there's not really enough. Big Fungal Growth's catching a lot of those ghosts. And that's a nice Blinding Cloud as well. However, Bunny lifts and he leaves. So he keeps a lot of those units alive. There's few units in the main base still ripping apart Bunny's production. Bunny falling apart a little bit towards the later stages of this game. Liberators though going to come in. They'll clean out those Broodlords. And so TLO will be pushed back once again. More Vipers on the way. More Ultras and another few Corruptors. Is this the same Ultras as before? I think it might be. Still alive on 10 hit points, just helping to get rid of a few more barracks. As we see, finally, the attack over here going to be cleaned up. A couple more Overlords ready to drop in once again, though. A few Lings stopping another base coming up over here. We're going to see some Banes morphing in down to this side. As that plan to be fought as well. And when he sees them Banes morphing in, he's going to move into position. More Lings running in from just across the map as well. Ultras too. There's actually TLO can continue fighting. The Liberators already sieging up as a few of those Zerglings going down already. Still Lings in the main base again, just looking to keep on trading. A couple of Ghosts here on very high energy going to go down also. Expensive losses for Bunny, as he really has just been picked apart the last few moments. He's supply blocks, he can't build anything else. He's lost so much production. And TLO actually finds himself up 180 supply to 126. Some beautiful play from him, beautiful harassment in the later stages of this game to really give him an advantage to work with. As we're going to see another Overlord or so going down. And we're going to see some Ghosts coming in towards the bases as well now. So, just kind of help clean out. But now, well, Bunny, he's got to deal with this attack down here. And we're going to see everything running on in. Planting Fortress is blinding clouded. But Ultra's actually just going to come in as well. I mean, there's just so much as we see Ghosts being kind of abducted forwards. Ghosts abducting forwards, but not really anything becoming of that. As we see some more snipes coming down. Actually, quite a few of these Vipers being sniped down. So some Vipers falling, but these Ultras to the left side, they're not going down very quickly. And the Ghosts are starting to run out of energy, actually. As we're going to see a few more lifts here. As TLO just going to be taking down another command center. A few more Banes moving around as well. And these Liberators just going to continue to work his way through these Ultralists. Zergling is going to work their way through an Engineering Bay, and I mean... I mean, yeah, as these Ultras continue to fall, TLO will be cleaned up, but his reinforcements are just going to come in, and surely he'll be enough, in the end. I mean, Bunny's army supply is still very good. 41 SCVs to the 81 drones, with 66 army supply is 74, so he's behind in a couple of ways, but I mean, he's still just about hanging on. But what production has he even got left? 6 racks still up, 3 starports. I guess he's still sort of okay. TLO has a Nidus network, which we've not really seen coming into effect just yet. He's been mostly focused on dropping Overlords. But Nidus network can have a similar effect to kind of what he's been doing so far, as Bunny is still going to be struggling with supply blocks here. 114 over 116 before that depot dies. And now another couple of depots going to go down. Well, this one at least, before the Liberators clean this up. It's going to start burning. Might not be repaired in time. And if these Lings being pushed away, we'll for just a couple of moments here take him, a second to kind of have a rest, have a break. As Viper's just gonna, I mean, TLO in general just gonna regroup, gather together once again, and get ready to go. Now just gonna come in towards the back of the natural now, and again just looking for another way into this. Bunny notices this immediately. We're gonna set up a couple of liberation zones just to stop that, and just gonna come and hunt down this overseer which was popping down that Nidus. This Nidus is not gonna be able to do anything at all. A lot of Lings, actually, well, Zerglings. Maybe they can. I mean, Zerglings are going to be able to make their way through the Liberators. Or are they? Maybe not. He actually goes out to the left-hand side where he kind of avoids one of the Liberator ranges, Liberator zones. Liberators just continue to set up kind of defensively here. Going to go and jump onto a reactor. TLO taking a bit more, just doing a bit more damage. Going to burrow, at least force another scan. I mean, Bunny only has, what, one orbital left? Two orbitals left, so he's only got a couple orbitals. He can't afford to scan that much. As Corruptors, Ultras, Vipers joining up together once again, looking for TLO for another fighting in the near future. This knight is going to get taken down by a ghost eventually. He's still in it, but it'll just be used another time as Spellcrawl are going to get eaten alive by these Vipers as they get their energy up. And again, I mean, just looking to see what they can add on to this engagement, looking to see what they can add on to this army. This was a game which, for a lot of the time, looked as though Bunny was going to be evening up this series, but TLO again, this harassment in the later stages have just been way too much. Knight is now into the main base once again, and it's going to be another Rax potentially falling here. I mean, Liberator's going to siege up, and then he just backs over towards the natural instead, and does some damage over here. And while he's focusing to the bottom left, he's also going to be splitting his army ready to attack into towards this base up here. So again, TLO multiple positions at the same time, always kind of making Bunny kind of move around the map time after time. Ghost's going to start looking for snipes, but nice abduct those ghosts forwards and stop them from being able to kind of snipe too many of the motors down too quickly. OCS need to come in to help out as well. Liberator's coming forwards too. That planetary force is going to just go down before the last few ghosts fall. Parasitic bomb dropping to help out these corruptors in the sky. The ghosts are running out of energy now. Well, they're running out of energy, but they're not able to snipe any longer. But they're still cloaked, and so Bunny has to, TLO has to turn away once again. Bunny holds on for just a little while longer here. You're gonna see these few ghosts just joining up together, and again, Ghost Liberator. I'm gonna see what's going on. Another couple of Zerglings popping out, and just gonna be looking to. Not sure what else to do. He keeps okay. There we go. He is just gonna get a few more Zerglings out here. These ghosts do okay against Zerglings, but depends on the numbers. We see some creep teamers on the way up, just looking to establish creep in this main base. I mean, that's gonna be denied very quickly, and that nice ult's going down. But he just scans to make sure no creep teamers actually manage to get out there. As well, still just seeing TLO looking for kind of finishing blow. He's got a gold base to set up as well. So much oversaturation here. I mean, he's on 90 workers. And I don't know if he's just not realizing he's got so many workers at this base here, which he just doesn't find. He's got so many workers he doesn't necessarily need right now. Corruptor's going to fly over a turret. This amount of Corruptor's not going to have a good time. I mean, plenty of Liberators here. Maybe he's trying to drop another Nidus or so, but realizes he's been found. He's just going to back away. Maybe going to try and bait Liberators into some parasitic bombs or so. And Vipers are nearby. Corruptors again coming in, and a few snipes helping to take those down. TLO just still, even army supplies Bunny, from this low economy, is still just about hanging in here. And just definitely still have an army supply to fight with. I mean, this is an army supply which can definitely come in and, well, turn up, make a fight go maybe the way we're not expecting it to. Vipers are still moving to look to see what they can get up to. Creep continue to push out and towards the middle of the map as well. So this base up here is just going to look to land in the next couple of moments. A few Liberators just setting up then. So a few Liberators setting up here and just being set, ready to go. These drones continue to move around. I mean, TLO is actually going to go and saturate this upper right gold base, which I mean he may as well. He's got enough drones to put them there, so he doesn't lose much by doing it. Again, another Nidus in towards the main, continuing to look to harass at this point. As a Nidus comes into the main, isn't going to get anything out of it just yet though. Drops the Nidus over to this top side as well. I mean, his main army's over here, as we've seen. A lot of these Liberators just currently sieged up. Corruptor's able to pick away at them very quickly, but of course Ghosts are there to back them up as well. Ghost, Slings, Banes, looking to maybe run on in a moment. Here we go. These Liberators going to be under fire. Huge Ghosts being abducted forwards, having their snipes cancelled once again. Again, Liberators sieged up, not fighting against these Corruptors as Ultras move through. I mean, then a couple of Banes do go off, and not the Ghosts, so a few Ghosts, a few snipes available still. Liberator's going to unsiege now, but the Corruptors continue to take this fight, and TLO is finally kind of taking a fight, which is maybe going to end this game, I think. He's been kind of leading and harassing Bunny to death for a long time, and he finally looks as though he might have enough. There's some more Ghosts coming in from Bunny. What do we see? Do we see enough snipes available here? We're going to see some Zerglings running in, but he's just going to type out GG. TLO finally finds a way to close that out.